We back, y'all. And we proud to bring y'all episode 27 of Yo Hero. We're here to break down Alien Earth episode 5. It's a dope episode if you ask me. We're going to get into it later though. I don't want to give you my full thoughts yet. But I got to bring in the man from Akron. You know this dude right here. He come from the east side, no lie. We don't die, we multiply. You hoes better recognize. What up, Mac?
What up, bro?
Chilling, man. Glad to have you back, bro. Glad to have you back.
Glad to be back. Glad to be back.
And you see, we did not plan this. The hats, we didn't plan the hats. We didn't plan the green. We just came in all militant out today, you know, on our militant shit. Yeah, but you know, not only do we got the dude live from the Slapper Hole tribe, we also got the man from Skunkle, smelling like Funkle, not your mother's brother. What's the word? It's Uncle Bird.
Yeah, how's it going, gentlemen? How we doing?
It's going good, man. We
Good
fried.
evening, sir.
Good.
Yeah.
Ready to get it started?
No, I'm not. Not at all, sir. Maybe I just want to sit here and politic for a couple minutes.
Oh, well, I see why.
Oh,
I always wanted to be politicking.
You always want to get the show started. Maybe I'm not in no rush tonight. Maybe we just gonna, you know, chill out for a minute. But yeah, if y'all in the chat, jump in the live chat, drop a yo, let us know you're watching. If not, we don't know if you're watching. So drop a yo in the chat if you're watching. And yeah, we'll get this show started. Why not? But before we get this started, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
So we got a brand new Wolverine / Logan figure from X-Men 97 and Mondo. I thought this was kind of dope. I think they low-key, like, the way they paint these figures is on point. It looks like cartoon accurate, you know, like I don't know, the shading, like even Wolverine's hair, it's got like the blues to it.
Yeah.
Wolverine don't have blue
dope.
hair like Beast, you know, but in the cartoon when they color him, he kind of got that blue shade.
It's that dark blue, black, or whatever that they, you know, used to, you know, just put some life to his hair. I like all the claws he's got there. You know, you can put them in any set of hands he's got. And
yeah, or you could do individual claws, middle finger claw.
Now, is he gonna have like a vest on when he puts on those other arms? Because, like, does the jacket come off? I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know. It might come off, or it might just, you know, turn into like a vest. You know, he did wear a vest when he was a lumberjack up in Canada in the one movie.
Saskatchewan.
I don't know. I don't know what that means, sir. That sounds freaky. It sounds like something she needs to go to the clinic for, sir.
Yeah, it does. It does. I don't know what that means.
Oh, check it out. We got Penny in the chat. Yo, heroes. Missed you last week, Mac. Glad to see you back. That's what's up.
Hey, Penny, what's up?
Yeah, so this is fire because I'm pretty sure there's like Mondo's not the only one doing X-Men 97 figures, but I know
there's some legends, I thought.
Yeah, I think there's some legends, you know, because they have the Morph figure we showed off. That's like a Toy Biz kind of remake. And then Mondo did the Nightcrawler figure. So I think they like kind of pick figures that Legends isn't doing, you know, and then do their spin on them. Because Legends had the X-Men 97 yellow and blue Wolverine suit, but they didn't have this Logan figure. All right, next up. Mac, I know you want to parody them Toxic Crusaders. I know you want to parody. You would
not. I'm good, bro.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to parody them.
So Bull Airs, if you're not familiar as a viewer, you know, Bull Airs I think Bull Airs are really cool. Now I'm not really feeling these. I like the purple ones more than the toxic Avenger ones, but and I forget what that purple guy's name is. He was on the cartoon.
Oh yeah, I don't remember all that.
Mhm.
Uh,
No, they got a glow in the dark one. It looks like too up there, or is that just the lime green one glows in the
that
dark?
it might just be the lime green one, or it might be a glowing. No, it says glow in the dark. So I think
Yeah, that's a different
uh,
one. That's a different one.
is it though?
It
Because
is
it
a glow in
looks
the
like
dark one.
the only thing, right? But the only thing that looks different about that up top compared to the other one is it's got like the little lace cover, the little lace lock that got the face of Toxic Avenger on it. But if you look at the shoe, it's styled the exact same. Anyhow, if you're not familiar with Bull Airs, what I like about Bull Airs, they do these weird spin-off custom shoes, and like on a lot of their shoes, they'll use actual like Nike parts and stuff like that, and they just break, take them apart,
Yeah, because
disassemble the shoe.
them look like some like they forces. Yeah, them look like
Yeah,
forces. Like
yeah. So they'll like
Nate.
disassemble a piece of or a pair of Air Forces, and then they put them back together, and they paint them or dye them, and they put a twist on the shoe. So they're actual legit like shoes, but then they customize them and then they resell them. But I'm hoping they're going to be at Cleveland Gaming Classic again, because that's how I first got hip to them, was seeing them there. So anyways, these pre-orders, if you are interested in these or you're a big Toxic Avenger fan, these go live Friday for pre-orders. So check
Like
that
how much?
out. I don't have the price. No, I could probably look it up, but
Yeah, I just well, what's their other stuff go for about? I mean,
they ain't cheap. A few hundred. They ain't cheap. They got a pair of like knockoff Back to the Future mag shoes, like Nike made.
Mm-hmm.
But the Nike ones go for $10,000. A fresh pair. And up. Because Nike only made limited runs of them. The self-lacing ones. And so Bull Airs made like cheaper versions, but they're like in the 300 range. You know what I mean? And they've done a bunch of little crossovers. They've done, I think, Ninja Turtles, all kinds of stuff, and they put their own spin on them. They did them thing boots we showed off, the big the Crocs and stuff that they had, and the different thing boots.
What's Max gonna get?
I don't think he's interested in any of these yet. We'll see. Maybe they make some dope like Air Force Hulk ones. He might be interested.
I want to say Joey one time showed me some Tekken ones or something, like some
Okay.
King or some Armor King or something. So
Yeah, that'd be fire. I don't know if Bull Airs did them, but I just like that they put like retro twist on Nike shoes, pretty much. All right, so I don't know if y'all are hip, but Spider-Man Retro Classics have returned to the PlayStation, and I know me and Mac used to play this OG Spider-Man game a lot. Oh my
Yeah, for
god!
sure. For sure.
And the Spider-Man 2, I think it's called Enter Electro. I didn't play that very much, but I remember playing it briefly. But by then, I think like I was moving on towards PlayStation 2 or wasn't gaming as much. Ultimate Spider-Man. Did y'all play this?
I want to say it looks familiar, but I don't think I played
I
much
think
of
I
it.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't play it, so that's why I was asking if y'all know anything about that. That question I think is for you, Uncle Bird. Because it ain't for me. He's trying to read it.
No, I was already replying to it, but it just
You can reply right here, you know.
I was just
You
gonna
want,
say there's no gimps here. No gimps here.
he said there's no gimps over there.
I do have the
Thanks.
luck of the Amish though.
Thanks for your concern.
So
the luck of the
these games
Amish.
are in the PlayStation Plus right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So on their classics catalog.
Yeah, if you have the premium, whatever. I don't know which one level that is.
I'm sure you could buy them too, you know. But I always think it's dope when retro games get archived on the actual service, you know, that they were one, you know, PlayStation games being archived on the PlayStation library because, you know, I'm a big gamer and losing retro classics is like, that's a big deal to me. Like losing that history. My son, for instance, always goes on about Little Big Planet, how he can't access the online servers. He can't play that game. And for him growing up, that was his Mario, you know, and we were able to replay Mario, Super Mario World if we ever wanted. It's real difficult for him to access some of his childhood memories just because they make these games, you know, like non-existent once they take the online service off. So any kind of games like this, when they actually catalog them and put them in their, you know, online library for you to re-download, I think that's a win for gamers. We got G in the chat. Yo. So yeah, we all agree that's a W right there. All right. Now we got randomly, you know, we ended up getting some images this week that circulated online from older movies. Every now and then you'll get some weird concept art that comes out from an older movie or set photos, costume photos. We're going to show off in a little bit here, but this came out from Ant-Man Quantumania, and I guess this was a concept design that they had for MODOK to have him in almost a yellow jacket type suit. That would be a big mech suit that could maybe battle a giant man, and then the head part would pop out and be the MODOK we all kind of know as far as basic, you know, his basic kind of appearance. And I just wanted to get y'all's opinion. Would y'all have rather seen this than what we got in the movie, or you don't care either way, you know?
I thought it would have been cool. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've never seen MODOK really in a mech before, but I think he's had like a few tank type things or something. So, no, I think it's cool. Plus, I mean, he does get the pin particle stuff, so I mean, it wouldn't be difficult to, you know, make it larger, smaller, where he's, you know, it's just the, you know, giant baby MODOK. Obviously, if he's in there, he's got to fit inside that. He could probably shrink down and just be the head.
Whoa, sir. We're not doing that. We are not doing that, sir. We're not letting that slide. If he wants to fit inside, he could probably shrink down and just fit the head. Come on, sir.
No, sir. Oh, that was wild. This is not that type of show, sir. This is not that type of show.
No.
Oh my God. I think it's cool. It'd have been cool though to see on the big screen him wearing that suit. That's all I'm gonna say about it. This guy's crazy.
We didn't do a Quantumania review. We weren't doing the show at that time, but like, you know, I didn't really even get to talk. Like, what did y'all think of MODOK's representation in that movie? Like, the general fans hated it. So I was just wondering what y'all thought.
I thought it was kind of dope though, because we got to see him in Ant-Man, and then ended up being MODOK was crazy. Like that, to me, I thought that they did a good job. Personally, I wasn't mad at it.
Bert, any thoughts?
Like, damn.
Yeah, I think it was an interesting twist. I mean, I didn't care either way. I've never really liked the characters, so.
Well, I think for some comic fans, it pissed them off because Yellow Jacket and MODOK are two entirely different characters.
Yeah.
So by combining them into one, it pissed a lot of them off. And then MODOK's kind of been, he's always kind of been a laughable looking character. He looks goofy with them little legs and arms and just giant fucking cranium. So I don't know. Like, I don't know if there was a way to bring this character to live action without him being, kind of laughable. So the fact that they kind of made him the joke of that movie, I think it played into the strengths that would normally be the weakness of that character, if that makes any sense. But I will agree that I think the process that they used to put the actor's face on the character looked awkward. It looked weird. Whatever the facial scan they did, it almost looked like them old like PlayStation games or something where they were trying to stretch, put
Now they mapped it on the face.
Yeah, like they would do a facial scan and try to wrap it around a square polygon, and it just didn't really work right, So, but I think they should have just kept him masked up for most of it, and maybe did a reveal right at his death that that's who he was. But I guess story wise, they wanted him to know Scott. He wanted revenge because there was a point he had like a whole armored mask, and he looked pretty badass when the mask was down. He almost looked like MODOK. He had like the slanted eyes that looked all angry, and yeah, so I don't know. Anyways, I was just kind of curious what y'all thought about that. It's a lot of love in the chat. Yo. And Haters is there to co-sign that was a technical foul.
It was definitely a technical.
Retease.
That's hilarious. All right, so D23 went on this past week, and we got some of our first, good high quality still shots of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie coming out. If y'all are familiar, The Mandalorian had 3 seasons on Disney Plus, and now it's going to cinemas. The next chapter between Mandalorian and Grogu. So we got some cool still shots. It looks like we're gonna deal with the Hutts again. I heard this might be Jabba the Hutt's son,
like a pit fighter or something.
Hit is in the chat. Hit is what's Jabba the Hutt's son name? I bet you know that. But yeah, I think that's Jabba the Hutt's son's gonna pop up in this. And I think they're gonna finally show us why the Hutts are badasses, because this dude, he looked like a slug, but look at his arms, bro. They don't look like Jabba's T-Rex arms.
Yeah,
Rada the Hutt. Yep, I think that's Rada the Hutt.
That's crazy.
See, I knew he'd know.
That is crazy.
He knows his Star Wars. And then this is old boy from Rebels, Star Wars Rebels. It's the first time we'll see this guy on the far right here in live action. Haters probably knows who that is too. See, look at Zeb. There we go. It's Zeb. See, he is from Rebels. I was right about that. But yeah, Zeb looks dope. Zeb looks really good. I don't know, I've seen what he looks like in Rebels, so that looks like a good live action interpretation. And I'm excited just for Star Wars to go back to cinemas. That's where it belongs. I don't mind a Star Wars show here and there. Oh, he did have a cameo in Ahsoka. You're right. I forgot about that. That's right. He popped up really briefly, right? Like one scene with another Rebels character, I think. Mando's suit looks better than ever. Looks like he's in one of them famous.
He looks dope.
You did it right. And he looks like he's in one of them famous like Star Wars diners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Zeb was at the bar getting wasted. Mando looks clean. He does look hella clean.
Looks like Mandalorian royalty right there.
All right.
Now I'm getting pissed. See, every time I'm doing a live stream, I can't remember the names of shit. But what's the name of that? The Mandalorian? What they make their armor out of? But that shit, yeah, it looks fire. There's a specific kind of metal that they make their armor out of, and I can't remember.
Yeah.
Beskar?
Beskar.
Ah, I said it. I got it. Chat. I got it. Beskar. It has got all the Star Wars trivia answers. And Grogu, I don't know what he's eating, but he's always eating something.
Smashing.
Yeah, my only complaint is like I hope they start aging Grogu up eventually. You know, he can't be a baby forever. But then also, if you think about his species, Yoda was like 800, so they age really slow.
Yeah.
So technically, I guess they could keep him a baby for quite a while.
Yeah. But he's growing hair though. Right here, he's growing hair a little bit. That's funny.
Well, he's always had a little bit of head fuzz, peach fuzz on his head and his ears, a little bit, but
it looked like it grew. It grew
on Grogu. Yeah. I think they're dope characters. I actually think it's probably one of the best things that's happened to Star Wars since the Disney purchase, outside of, Rogue One.
Yeah.
But and Andor, man. I don't think y'all watched season 2, did y'all?
I didn't get through it yet.
So good, bro. So
I don't know.
good.
It's slow to me. I'm just
It is slow, but it's a more political kind of Star Wars show, but it's good, man. It's more adult. This is more kid friendly, you know.
Yeah. I'm not that mature to be able to handle such things.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that with us.
Thanks for laying on the couch and letting us know about it. We appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. So we do have this coming up soon, September 24th, Marvel Zombies. We already talked about this. You know, we're all kind of looking forward to this. Me and Mac agreed. We both enjoyed the What If series. So this is kind of a What If spinoff. And it's like just in time right before Halloween, you know. A lot of people will be watching this in October and going to probably watch it right when it drops, but good timing by Marvel. This is the first poster they put out for it, and it's pretty dope. If you look in there, you can see Wanda way in the back. You got Hawkeye on the right. Namor. You got Cap's skull right there in the middle at the bottom. A lot of little different zombies. But they also put this out, so I wanted to share this, and then we'll talk about this as we watch this. All right, so first of all, you see, it looks like Shang-Chi's back. I did see a quick clip of him. Looks like you're going to have some Wakandans in here.
Yeah.
What was it? The Dora Milaje.
All the Avengers are dead. And they're coming for us.
All right, we got a world to save.
All right. So it sounds like Yelena Belova is going to be you know, from the Thunderbolts is going to be one of the main characters in this, the way she's just narrating it. Right there, we just got Mahershala Ali's Blade Moon Knight crossover that we showed pictures off of on our one show. So you're getting Blade in this series. And then you got a zombie Namor.
Shit.
Damn. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Look at Spidey.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Thor. Wanda. Yo. Where he just kill a zombie wasp?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's what it looked like. Yeah, that was crazy.
Well, it looks like we're getting the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, well, you got Red Guardian there that looks like could be Bucky on the far right.
Yep. And then
so the Thunderbolts meet Blade, Moon Knight, Nightblade.
That's crazy.
And that's Ghost from Thunderbolts. He's fighting.
She's on the side.
Crazy. Yeah. That's hard. Damn.
That's how you do that then.
Wow.
That is gonna be crazy.
Hold on, I gotta see that again.
That was. Yeah, that's crazy.
Whoa.
That
That's how
is
you do
crazy.
that then.
Wow.
That's how you do that then. Okay. So Elizabeth Olsen, that's Wanda. Paul Rudd coming back as Ant-Man. Florence Pugh is Yelena Belova. David Harbour is Red Guardian. Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie.
Oh, yeah.
Simu Liu, I believe it is. Shang-Chi. Aquafina. I forgot who she played. Who does she play? And that is the weirdest name. That's a drink, ain't it?
Sounds like one.
Oh,
like I need me an Aquafina, two of them there.
She was Shang-Chi's girl that he worked with and stuff in the valet.
Mm-hmm. I was just about to say that.
Okay, Haley Steinfeld, that's Hawkeye. Wyatt Russell, U.S. agent. Randall Park, I'm unsure who that is. Aman Vellani, I think that is Ghost. Dominique Thorne, that's Riri Williams.
That's gonna be crazy, bro.
Yeah, so like I always say, the trailer, you know, the whole point is to hype you up for it, make you want to watch the series more or watch the movie more, and you know, raise your excitement level, basically, you know. And I'm actually more excited for this than I was at first. Chalada Love says it looks sick.
Yeah, it does look sick.
Penny said a little Mortal Kombat finisher in there. It is said she was named after a water brand. It's crazy work. Aquafina. Yeah. Well, you know, she's Asian, so I don't know what that means to them, but all right, moving on with the show. Like I said, D23, you've seen a lot of these rollouts, and we got more information on Avengers Doomsday. Not much, though. Kind of really like they did like a sizzle reel, basically, what they called it. And all it was a bunch of clips from other Avengers movies and also X-Men movies. And it was just little one-liners from different characters throughout the movies. They had Sam Wilson's Captain America do a line from Brave New World. They had Cyclops do a line from X-Men where he said something to Professor X to the extent of, hey, if anything should happen, it was when Professor X was like in a coma. He said, if anything should happen to you, I'll take care of them. They're different lines from all these different characters talking, Thor saying he'll assemble the greatest team ever, so just like little hype clips and little voice lines to let you from key actors that are going to be in this movie. And then, they did we'll come back to these ones. They did a real quick clip of the Russo brothers and Paul Rudd on set, and Paul Rudd was just, enthusiastically telling everybody like they're shooting live on location. They got real sets there, like, and he couldn't be more excited to kind of be there, et cetera, et cetera. And then the Russos were just kind of elaborating on this is the biggest movie they've ever worked on, ever. And knowing that they worked on The Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, these guys have worked on some huge movies, mega blockbuster movies. They said this is bigger than anything before that.
That is crazy.
But yeah, so it's just interesting, but I did want to go back over some stuff, that kind of came out from around that time. People were speculating that this was a poster or a banner for Avengers Doomsday that Disney had put out. And then I heard word that it's not, it's just kind of fan art, but really cool fan art at that. I think if you look at this, you kind of got the announced cast of Avengers Doomsday on the left, behind Loki kind of pulling the multiversal timeline, holding them back behind that. You got Professor X, Namor, everybody in there, Nightcrawler,
Magneto,
Beast.
that's crazy.
Yeah. And then you got Eliath right above Doom. So, but I think this is just, I agree. I think it's really good fan art. Some people said, oh, it's crappy. Marvel would never put something like that out. I don't think it's crappy. I think it looks really fucking good, to be honest, but I don't think it's legit. But it's a cool kind of visual indicator of some of the cool shit I think we're going to see in this movie. Another thing I wanted to bring up while this slide was up, I don't know if you guys heard that there was like supposedly drama on set of this movie. That two of the actors were beefing. Two major stars were supposedly about to squabble on set.
No.
No.
No, I heard nothing about that, but that's hilarious.
So initially the rumors, people were speculating, and this supposedly this is a pretty concrete rumor, but nobody's willing to give up their sources or give up names. So fans just started speculating. And everyone says, one of the major stars is Robert Downey Jr. And then the other star people were speculating was Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four. And apparently, they've been doing reshoots on Avengers Doomsday on certain things. I guess another thing in the rumor mill is that they had another person in the Doom suit. And then Downey was just going to do the voiceovers, and then Downey said, no, I need to be in the suit. Like, he wants to do the mannerisms and everything, he doesn't just want to voice over somebody else's hand gestures and all that. So apparently they're doing some extensive reshoots and costly too, and people were speculating that could be the cause of the drama that was going on set, that Downey's running the show, he's getting paid the most, he's calling the shots, and you know what I mean? And then other people got to stay there an extra month because he wants to do all these reshoots, So those are just rumors. You know, I don't really care about gossip and stuff like that. But, you know, and then later on, people were speculating that it was Ryan Reynolds and Robert Downey potentially beefing on set. Like Ryan Reynolds made a sarcastic comment and Downey wasn't going for it, you know, and had to show him who the MCU OG was. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Not the
I don't.
MCU OG though. Not the
Oh yeah.
MCU OG.
Oh
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Since 2008.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. He is the MCU OG, triple OG. So that stuff, you know, I didn't find too interesting. The most interesting thing I found out of all this gossip and news swirling around Avengers Doomsday during D23 was these little set photos on the right here, and it basically being confirmed that Chris Evans is coming back to play Captain America. And right now, people are speculating that Doomsday is going to pick up exactly where Endgame ended, with Steve dancing with his wife in that house.
Wow.
And Peggy, you know, Steve dancing with Peggy in the house, and it's going to pick up right there. So, are y'all excited to potentially see Steve Rogers back in the MCU?
I mean,
I would say
I don't care either way.
Yeah.
Fuck what
We
y'all
got,
talking
we got a
about.
new Cap. We got a new Cap.
Yeah.
Man, fuck all that, bro. I said Steve Rogers.
I know he's about to get pissed. I knew he's about to be like, bro,
Are you,
that's Captain America,
are
bro.
you kidding me? Scene where he strapped his shield back on, half his shield, and got up against Thanos and his whole army.
Hey, but
Didn't know he
did
was
he?
getting no backup. That guy, you don't want to see that guy back.
No, I want to see Captain Hydra.
As much as people like, you know, RDJ, bro, I feel like Chris Evans is like low key the heart of the MCU. You know, like when we lost losing Iron Man at the end of that, I kind of like expected his run to be up, but I didn't expect Chris Evans to leave the MCU that soon. And he's a lot younger than Robert Downey Jr., so I figured he could play the role another 10 years, you know, but for him just being like, nah, I feel like I did everything I could do, you know, and I'm tired of playing that goody two shoes kind of character. He kind of wanted to get back to, you know, playing different types of characters. I get that, but man, Steve Rogers is a once in a lifetime role, you know, that's like a Superman role. And Cap was never as big as Superman when I was growing up. And he made Captain America like that popular with kids, you know, his portrayal. So I want to see Cap back, me personally, you know, and I'm
That's one
not.
of your favorite characters. I know that's one of your favorite all-time favorite Marvel characters. So.
Well, from the movies, I would say more
Yeah.
so. You know, I didn't really care for him in the comics much. I thought he was kind of corny, you know, but the way they wrote that character, I would argue he's got one of the best trilogies in the MCU.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Movie
So
wise, he do.
So and you know, so basically, you see that there's a like 1950s kind of car up there on somebody caught. There's a old country kind of house, and there's like, I guess, a play set, like a playground in the backyard. And I guess this car almost matches perfectly to a car that was in the Agents of Shields or Agent Carter series that Peggy drove. So I'm excited about that. But our main topic, what we're here to talk about. And I don't see that last slide we were going to use, but that's not a big deal. Anyhow, main topic, Alien Earth series. Whoa, I got to change that up. Alien Earth episode 5. Let's talk about it, y'all. So this was like a throwback episode, you know, like this technically could have been episode 1.
Yeah, technically. Yeah. It actually kind of should have, but I it's cool that they took us back and showed us what actually happened.
Well, I'd rather not have it in the front. I think they showed too much of it, but we got a lot of good information.
Whoa.
We're not, we're not just going.
So where would you rather have it if you don't want it in the front? Where would you?
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I wouldn't have it as the first episode because it's kind of that twist where you find out, where certain people, how they influence things that happened. So we got a lot of good information, background on actually what was going on. Actually, made Morrow seem less
of a piece of
douchebag.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did.
It definitely did. He didn't seem like just a company man, fucking dirtbag. Like it gave Morrow's character a lot more layers.
Yeah.
So yeah, in this episode, it jumps back 17 days before, I believe it's called the Maganos crash into Prodigy City. So we cut back in time, and we're seeing basically that there's all kinds of shit going haywire on this ship. And they find out there's a saboteur aboard. Morrow finds this by reviewing the footage, the security footage, and also interrogating every person that's on board. He thought everyone was a suspect, right?
Everybody's a suspect until they're not, until he's satisfied with what they're telling them is true.
Correct.
And we also learned that them damn aliens was intelligent as fuck, bro, because they was just watching. That's how they broke out, like got away, went in the water. The one sprayed all the little baby aliens in that lady's water. That shit was crazy, bro. And the eyeball just was watching and just taking notes with all that shit was crazy, bro.
Yeah, the octo eye. It was just sitting there like watching her and being real observant to it, found the right moment to escape, and then it broke out, So you got, the face hugger ends up like the story kind of starts out, they're waking Morrow up from cryo sleep because the face huggers attacked the captain of the ship and he's dead. And then the other guy that got attacked is still alive. Now, did that captain, it sounded like the guy killed him doing the autopsy, like kind of trying to get the thing off his neck. I don't know that the face hugger killed him.
No. When they cut into it, they didn't realize they had acid blood, and then it killed him that way, I believe.
So they kind of killed him.
Yeah.
And you could tell like they didn't really want to take accountability for killing the captain, but. And then we find out old girl has been smashing one of the crew members. He's the other one that's infected. And she likes to be with the crew. She likes to be on top. At least that's what the little guy gonorrhea or whatever his name was. What did he call him? Morrow called him syphilis or some
chlamydia.
Shit.
He called
chlamydia.
Him chlamydia.
There you go. That's the one.
Yeah,
right. I was like, Morrow is an animal, bro. He was like, chlamydia, you go do this. And he was like, I told you, I don't like being called that. That was hilarious, So there was actually a little humor in the episode too, but at least for it, I found it funny. So you got infections spreading. Infections are spreading all across the ship. You got these alien creatures are being broke out by some saboteur. Yeah, and then I think there was a good amount of body horror in this episode. Would you agree?
I suppose it was. I don't know if it was the right amount, if it was too much or not enough, but
it was pretty visceral, is what I'm getting at. It was pretty violent.
Yeah. It was kind of much with the body, like watching them face huggers and how they had old dude cut open with them bugs just stuck to his just sucking him his insides
Yeah,
dry.
yeah,
Out the
like
blood.
Come on, man.
they were like
Yeah,
ticks. They
that shit
said,
was. And that dummy pulled that one off and killed himself and old girl.
yeah, yeah, right.
That was
Yeah,
crazy.
and then you know, you just had a lot of cool shit in this episode. I'm gonna come right out and say this. I think like this episode, it was, you know, each episode's almost an hour long. It was like a mini Alien movie. Just this episode, it was like a mini Alien movie, bro. This was my favorite episode so far. No bullshit.
And watching that old girl get chased by that xenomorph.
Yes,
She
bro.
was when that
Some of the
motherfucker was,
best xenomorph shots I've seen in a long time, bro.
that shit was crazy how that motherfucker was chasing.
I just didn't like how it was just like that thing moves quick as fuck, and she was running, and it'd be like right on her ass, and all of a sudden she's climbing up a ladder.
Right. Like there was a point, yeah. There was a couple points when I was like, yeah, it would have caught her. You know, like she didn't do a ladder slide like you could do in the game.
She stopped and paused and looked at it like, oh,
yeah, yeah. There, but you know, I think that those are kind of like typical horror kind of tropes where the
Yeah.
girl falls, gets up, the guy's chasing her. You know, so typical.
But
horror
you know what?
trope.
You know what I thought was a cool part was that when the old man, when the eyeball was in the old man's socket and he was fighting the xenomorph, that shit was crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? She using this old man to fight this motherfucker is crazy. Like,
Yeah, they had like
that
the
the eyeball was going
repair mechanic dude.
yeah. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, because there was a point in time when, you know, she was trapped in there with him. Then the xenomorph gets in there. And then they kind of just looked at each other like they already knew that they were about to scrap. Like, so she just made her exit and got the hell out the way and let them start fighting. Yeah, that was cool.
After she woke up though. She was knocked out. Remember, she was laying on the ground. She woke up and they were scrapping with each other. That's when she got up and ran out of there.
And I think that goes to answer the xenomorphs definitely don't have like an eyeball, you know, or an eye socket, because that thing was on the xenomorph's head looking for one to attach to and just jumped off it after a while. I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna win this, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, them shots, even like the strobing lights going on and off, you know, because the ship was like in all these emergency protocols of the xenomorph, like just I don't know, bro. It looked way better than it did a couple episodes ago. I remember saying that the suit looked kind of dry before. It didn't look like dry in this episode. It looked badass. Like, so I don't know. The whole time I was watching this episode, I was just loving the character arc for Morrow, seeing him with his daughter, you know what I mean? Seeing the 63 years or whatever he gave up for this contract, hearing the other workers, you know, like when he was talking to the kid and he was saying, hey, you know, it ain't about the credits or whatever, the money. Yeah, it ain't about the shares. It's really about your time, you know, and then you get a couple shares and then you're going to come back for the next job. And just seeing kind of like the working class kind of citizens in this futuristic version of Earth almost, you know, because Prodigy City, you see Wayland Yutani's city, they look dope. They're like these super futuristic cities. And then you see these people living awful out in space doing these jobs for them, you know. Yeah, so I don't know. It was just really cool. To me, it was the most cinematic out of all the episodes so far. It had the action that I felt the last episode was missing. And I don't know.
Action.
Overall, I loved it. I love this episode, bro. I will say I did kind of miss that. Well, you muted your camera, but not your mic when you sneezed.
So gazoon tight, sir. Gazoon tight.
Yeah, God bless you. But I did kind of miss windy and having some of the sense in this and stuff like that, but it was still cool just following. Morrow is a good enough character. He could carry the whole series by himself.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I agree with that.
It was cool when he caught that saboteur too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He at one point
I'm
he
just like,
almost looked like he was using the kid that got shot as a shield too. Like fuck it, he knew he was dead, so he
Yeah.
was like, "I'm getting this dude."
Yeah.
Um,
He did.
I just thought it was like too much for the episode. I think they could have condensed that down and gave us stuff that was still happening now with Prodigy and Cavalier and stuff. And the big reveal was that the saboteur was working for Cavalier. He wanted to crash in his city.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up.
But-
yeah, the big
But
reveal.
we
was
also
that, go ahead.
but we also wanted to like know what had happened. Like, I was curious to know what had happened on that ship to make it even crash though. Like, how the fuck all that the crew
Right,
all
'cause-
dead. Like,
Somehow he dumped the fuel or something,
Yeah,
so they couldn't steer it anywhere.
Yeah,
no. I'm
we
saying just
didn't
to
know
see
that till this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was cool with that. That's what I was saying. That was the point I was making. I was being the opposite of what you were saying, Bird, because I was like, I did want to know like what the fuck happened on that
Yeah,
ship.
because up until then, we were just speculating.
Hmm.
Did
Right.
Wayland Yutani purposely? Because I felt like it was a weaponized attack on Prodigy City from Wayland. But
Yeah.
I'm just speculating. I had no idea. So now this episode gave us a lot of answers. And yeah, like Bird said, finding out that the saboteur was working with Cavalier the whole time. That was the reveal, Seeing that Cavalier's got these evil intentions against Wayland Yutani, so
They're top dog.
yeah, Cavalier's
And the saboteur didn't even get a chance to get the new body. He got smoked by what's his name with the knife with his hand with his strong hand. He got the business with a strong hand. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Morrow definitely fucked him up, So it's just weird. I still don't know if I buy that Morrow's loyal to Wayland at this point.
Yeah.
I think he was to
I don't know if I buy it
the
either.
CEO now, her grandmother, I guess.
Her grandma.
Yeah.
No, her grandma.
For something that
he
probably
was loyal to
and
her, but I don't think he's gonna be loyal.
But now, since all those people died up there, I think he has that's why he said, "Oh, I'm going to kill Cavalier." Or, that's one of the things I'm going to do. I'm going to get your cargo back, kill this dude.
I think mainly for him, like he said, his well, we also find out Morrow's daughter died in a house fire. It's on some documentation he had received when he sees a flashback. So I think knowing he doesn't have a daughter to go back to, and this is the mission he set out on, he's almost like he's not going to be deterred from finishing this job. So that's why I think he's got, he didn't come back from this mission shook or scared or wanting to run off or just go live his best life now that he's back. He's like, no, not now. He's taking it personal.
And got a purpose.
So this is just timeline here to show you where everything falls in place. If you watch Aliens, you watch the Alien series, or you don't, or you're interested in maybe watching the series, this is the chronological kind of timeline that we got going on here. You got Prometheus, 2093 it takes place, Covenant after that. Then the series we're reviewing now, Alien Earth, is right after Covenant, but before the first Alien movie that came out in 1979. But it's based in 2122.
That is crazy.
Followed by the most recent cinematic release from the franchise, Alien Romulus, followed by the sequel to Aliens, then Alien 3, then Resurrection. So the way these came out in theaters and came out release date wise is not the chronological order. And if you wanted to watch them in order, this is it. I kind of like doing that every now and then. I'll go back, watch a series I watched, and then I'll watch it in the chronological order it's actually supposed to be in, like Star Wars, for instance, or certain things that were filmed not necessarily in the normal linear timeline fashion. So, do y'all have a favorite on this list here?
I would have to go with Aliens, probably.
Yeah.
It really broke the series out, you know. I think.
I tell you what, I didn't like Prometheus the first time I seen it because it was such a departure from the typical, everything else on this list. But now it's definitely one of my favorites. It's up there with Aliens. Romulus, I need to watch again. I've only watched it once.
Yeah, I'd have to see that one. I don't know if I have.
It's good. It's damn good.
I definitely didn't watch. I definitely didn't watch that one either. I was
Watch
going to.
Yeah, watch it. It's good. But Alien Earth, bro, I would argue this series is just as good, if not better, than some of these movies on this list. And it's not even over yet.
Yeah.
Like, I'm enjoying the series that damn much.
They did a lot of good character building, I think, with,
And
now
that's
you don't
what
think now you don't think it's Morrow as such an antagonist or a villain in it now. So
and that's what I didn't expect from this series was the characters and the character development and liking the different characters, and the synths and the cyborgs. I didn't expect, and all the teasers and previews, and promo images, it was just like an alien wrapped around Earth or a face hugger or little teasers of them, alien containers and a face hugger rattling it. You didn't really, I had no clue where this series, I just knew it was going to take place after Covenant and before the first Alien movie, timeline wise, but I didn't know exactly, anything about the characters or what the story was going to be. And I'm just fucking really enjoying this. So for me, this latest episode was a 9. I'm going to say, to me, I think the latest episode was a 9. I loved it. Great action, great special effects, great practical effects. I thought the xenomorph looked better than it's looked in years. I mean, I got zero complaints. I love this latest episode.
what you think,
Chalada
Mac?
Love, your favorite. Chalada Love's favorite is Aliens, y'all.
I'll give it a 9. I like the action and the story.
Yeah, I think it was a really well done episode. I just think they could either spaced it out and be, in the regular episodes, put maybe a little bit of what happened as the story went along. I just think it was too long for one episode where, it was a mystery that needed to be, kind of, where we found out, what happened, but at the same time, kind of to me, it stalled the rest of the story for a minute.
I see your point, but I also think there was too much there to just drop in as flashbacks throughout all the other episodes. It was just too much, and there would have been too many flashback scenes. And I'm usually not a fan of flashback scenes all like that. I hated them in the most recent Happy Gilmore movie. The whole fucking movie just had flashbacks of the first Happy Gilmore, and I'm like, I seen that movie a million times. You don't have to keep reminding me. But, now I was going to ask you, would you have felt differently about this episode if it was the first episode?
No, I think I would have liked it less if it was the first one.
Why?
Because I think the couple of plot twists that we had in it were, really good, and to just give those away at the beginning kind of gives a lot of the story away, and it makes you kind of, yeah, Kevlar's kind of a dick, but he seems to be, fight, whatever. He seems to be have good intentions for the human race overall, and then he does shit like this, and it's like, oh, this dude's even fucking, douchier than before.
Now, so if you wouldn't have liked it as much as the first episode, do you think them plot twists that you did like in that episode would have worked better as flashback scenes?
I think so. I think you could have done certain ones in certain ways to, like, even if it was like like at the beginning of each episode, you get maybe like a 5 to 10 minute scene from this episode, and then kind of weaved it together where things would start making sense. Of what's going on.
I mean, you're definitely more than entitled to your opinion, but I would disagree. I think it was a good change of pace by doing this flashback episode. It filled in a lot of the blanks that I had after like 4 episodes. A lot of the questions I had in my head, it gave me the answers to after 4 episodes. And like I said, I think it would have been just too much to break up into flashback sections and just, drop in the series throughout. So I don't know. I would disagree with you on that, but it is what it is, I think. So what did you score the episode?
8.
An 8. And why?
I just told you.
You told me.
You told.
I felt like you told me why you didn't like.
Oh, well, why? I mean, and for all the same reasons that why I did. I mean, I liked the plot twist. I thought it gave us, great character development and really where Marrow's coming from in a lot of this. We got to see some of the other the people on the ship that, like the Korean dude or whatever is kind of weird or whatever.
Oh,
but
yeah. I think he's an android.
Is he?
I think so. I think they said something to him like fucking robot or something in one scene.
Yeah, but I don't know, because I don't know what happened to him. How did he get taken out? The alien ain't gonna mess with him.
He's fucking weird. I don't know. He is a weirdo though. He was standing over that girl when she was in the cryo chamber and touching her through the glass. He's a creeper, bro.
Well, yeah, but he knew what was going on in the thing. Oh, well, you don't have to be in the cryo thing to make it seem like you are. What? Like he knew what was kind of going on in the ship, but he wasn't telling nobody unless they asked.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
He was he was Creeper McCreeper. He was there. I don't think
watching all them cameras.
I just think he was a weird ass dude. He was just a weird ass dude.
Creeper McCreeperson. So I'm excited to keep watching the series. We're gonna come back next week. We'll review episode 6 for y'all, and then we'll probably have some other stuff to talk about with y'all. So definitely come back.
How's that work on Peacemaker coming?
Oh, Peacemaker. I haven't made it much further, but I think I'm on like I said, episode 5 or 6 of the first season. It's a funny ass series. I'm enjoying it actually. Outside of, like Max said, there's some suspect scenes and where
There'll be more suspect scenes later.
I've already heard, because I just, like I said, I'm always checking the latest comic book movie news and stuff and TV series news, and it's just on my feed. And I already seen people debating, like people are super mad about this new season of Peacemaker because of one particular scene, I guess, that I do not want to see. But I'm probably going to watch the series just so we could talk about it. But no, I have not got to season 2 yet. Didn't one of y'all have to watch season 1
I
Bird?
did, but
I wa-
the weekend I texted you, I just finished the season 1.
Oh, okay. So you got through season 1. You haven't started season 2?
I think I seen the first one.
Okay.
I might have got halfway through the second one, I think.
Mac, you say you watched it, right?
Yeah, I watched season 1. I didn't watch season 2 at all. I haven't watched season 2 at all yet.
Yeah, it's pretty funny though. You know, I will say the humor is good in it. So, anyhow, appreciate everybody who came by, jumped in the chat. Let's give y'all some shout out. Shout out to Penny. Shout out to Hitters Entertainment. G, always in the chat. Shalada Love. Shout out to you. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, G. Shalada Love. Thank you. Thank you for jumping in the chat and just watching the show and spending time with us. We'll catch y'all next week on Yo.
Hero.
What?
Hero. Look.
Oh, shit.